The lights inside the arena glow like a rising sun over Atlantic City, washing over a crowd that knows it is about to witness something meaningful. This is not just another fight night. This is a crossroads. The air hums with anticipation, every seat filled, every conversation buzzing with questions about the future of the light heavyweight division. At one corner stands Isaac Chilemba, the proud, durable warrior from Malawi. A man forged in long nights against elite opposition. A veteran whose resume carries scars, lessons, and survival stories. He has shared the ring with champions, endured storms that would have broken lesser men, and tonight he carries the weight of experience, patience, and defiance. Across from him stands Dmitry Bivol, younger, fresher, and carrying the quiet confidence of a rising force. Born in Kyrgyzstan and raised in the Russian boxing system, Bivol enters as an undefeated technician with a growing reputation for precision, discipline, and suffocating control. He is not loud, he is not reckless, he is calculated. As the fighters are announced, gloves touch at center ring, and the moment freezes. One man is fighting to prove that his toughness and craft can still bend the future. The other is fighting to show that the future has already arrived. Titles, rankings, and pride hover over the canvas. But more than that, this is a test of evolution versus endurance. The bell has not rung yet, but the story has already begun, and the crowd leans forward, sensing that every second will matter. From the opening bell, the difference in rhythm becomes apparent. Bivol moves lightly, almost bouncing on invisible springs, his feet constantly adjusting, measuring distance like a chess grandmaster setting traps. Chilemba, taller and more awkward, keeps his guard disciplined, his jab probing, searching for a way to interrupt the younger man's flow. The early rounds are not wild, they are surgical. Bivol's jab snaps out repeatedly, not always to hurt, but to inform, to gather data, to establish authority. Chilemba answers with experience, rolling shots, stepping just enough out of range to avoid clean damage, trying to slow the pace and force hesitation. But Bivol refuses to pause. He slips inside the veteran's reach, landing short left hooks to the body and quick shots upstairs before gliding back out of danger. The crowd begins to murmur, recognizing the subtle dominance unfolding. Chilemba is present, alert, and game, but Bivol is dictating the terms. Every exchange seems to end with Bivol exactly where he wants to be, balanced, guarded, ready to strike again. The early rounds tell a clear story. This is not about brute force, but about command. Bivol's hand speed and timing create moments where Chilemba swings and finds only air, while Bivol answers with sharp, clean punches that score and frustrate. The veteran is not hurt, but he is being outmaneuvered, and in boxing, control is often more dangerous than power. As the fight settles into its middle rounds, the tension grows thicker. Chilemba begins to press forward more assertively, knowing that patience alone will not win him this fight. He tries to close the distance, to crowd Bivol, to test whether the younger man can fight when forced backward. For brief moments, he finds minor success, landing the occasional right hand, drawing applause from the crowd eager for momentum shifts. But every time hope flickers, Bivol extinguishes it with discipline. He answers pressure with movement, counters aggression with timing. A crisp jab snaps Chilemba's head back. A quick step-in left hook to the body steals breath and rhythm. Bivol is not chasing a knockout. He is building something more ruthless, cumulative dominance. His defense is just as impressive as his offense. Shoulders rolling, gloves always returning home. Feet never planted long enough to be punished. Chilemba's toughness becomes his defining trait in these rounds, absorbing shots, refusing to fold, refusing to show weakness. Yet the scorecards quietly drift further away from him. The crowd senses it too. This is a masterclass unfolding in real time. Bivol's confidence grows not through arrogance, but through repetition. He does the same things correctly over and over, forcing Chilemba to solve a puzzle that never stops changing. The middle rounds do not explode, they suffocate. And for a veteran accustomed to surviving storms, this slow, controlled erosion may be the hardest test of all. Some fights turn on a single punch. Others turn on realization. Somewhere in the later middle rounds, that realization becomes clear. Chilemba can endure, but he cannot command. A well-timed right hand from Chilemba lands cleanly, drawing a sharp reaction from the crowd, a brief gasp of possibility. But Bivol barely blinks. He absorbs it, resets, and immediately answers with a combination that reasserts order. That moment tells the story of the fight. Chilemba has moments, but Bivol has answers. The Russian's left hook continues to find its way around the guard, his jab continues to split defenses, and his footwork continues to deny Chilemba sustained offense. The corner advice to Chilemba grows more urgent. Take risks, step inside, force exchanges. But risk against a fighter like Bivol is a dangerous invitation. Every gamble is met with punishment. Still, Chilemba presses on, his heart undeniable, his will intact. The crowd respects it, applauds it, but also recognizes the gap. Bivol is not just winning rounds, he is demonstrating why he belongs among the elite. His composure under fire, his refusal to overcommit, and his ability to adjust mid-fight reveal a fighter maturing before everyone's eyes. The turning point is not a knockdown, not a dramatic collapse, but a quiet understanding. This fight is now about how far Chilemba can go, not whether he can win. As the fight enters the championship rounds, fatigue becomes an unspoken character in the ring. Chilemba's movements slow, just enough to be noticed. His punches carry less snap, and his reactions lag by fractions of a second. Fractions that Bivol exploits mercilessly. Bivol, by contrast, looks remarkably fresh. His breathing is controlled, his posture upright, his focus unwavering. He continues to land at will, not recklessly, but with purpose. Short combinations, clean exits, disciplined defense. Chilemba continues to fight with pride, occasionally finding success when he commits fully, but every success costs him energy he cannot afford to lose. The crowd rises and falls with each exchange, appreciating the courage of the challenger and the excellence of the champion. There is no cruelty in Bivol's approach, only efficiency. He understands the distance, the timing, the risk. He does not chase the finish because he does not need to. His dominance is complete without spectacle. These rounds become a showcase of what elite boxing truly is: intelligence, conditioning, and consistency. Chilemba's toughness ensures he remains standing, earning respect with every step forward. But Bivol's superiority ensures that the outcome is no longer in doubt. This is not a war. It is a lesson. When the final bell rings, there is no confusion in the building. Both fighters raise their gloves, not in triumph or protest, but in acknowledgement of the journey they have just shared. Chilemba has once again proven that he is one of the division's most resilient competitors. A man who refuses to be broken, even when outmatched. Bivol has proven something perhaps even more important, that he can dominate without chaos, control without cruelty, and win without compromise. The crowd applauds not just the winner, but the craft on display. As the fighters return to their corners, the judges finalize what everyone already knows. This was a clear, comprehensive performance. The story is not about damage inflicted, but about distance controlled, punches landed, and moments denied. In a sport often defined by knockouts, this fight reminds everyone that greatness can also be measured in mastery. Chilemba leaves the ring with his reputation intact, his courage unquestioned. Bivol leaves with something more, a confirmation that he is ready for the highest levels of the sport. The announcer steps forward, voice echoing through the arena, and the scorecards are read. Unanimous decision. Still undefeated, still champion. Dmitry Bivol. The crowd responds with approval, understanding that they have witnessed a performance that speaks louder than highlights. Bivol raises his arms, calm, composed, already thinking about what comes next. This fight was not about drama, it was about declaration. Against a seasoned, awkward, and resilient opponent, Bivol showed that his skill set travels, that his discipline holds under pressure, and that his ceiling is far from reached. For Chilemba, This night adds another chapter to a career defined by courage and resilience, a reminder that survival at the elite level is its own form of greatness. As the lights dim and the crowd slowly filters out, the narrative lingers. This was not a passing test, it was a benchmark. Dmitry Bivol did not just win a fight. He announced himself as a force built for longevity, precision, and championship reality. And in the quiet aftermath, one truth stands firm. The future of the light heavyweight division just took a confident step forward.